Hey, everybody. Welcome in, folks. Sorry, jarring start. Welcome, my friends. Very weird, hey, everybody. Weird little start to our day. For those of you who are in the same area as us, you may have just gotten a earthquake warning. And you know, I wish they would give us more details here. I'm not sure if it detected an earthquake. It might have detected a small earthquake, or if it's a pre-warning and we should be like not sitting here. Yeah, okay. So there was an earthquake. It already happened. I'm guessing it was just detected. It looks like we are in the area. I don't know if you guys can see that. We are in like the kind of center. So I guess we probably felt it, but it was too small for us to actually feel. It freaked me out, man. The stream was about to go live and this thing goes off and it's like earthquake in the area. Drop and take cover. I'm like, what the f***? Wait, hold on, I'm going live. Tell the earthquake to wait. I didn't know if it was like a pre-warning kind of thing, and we were about to start shaking. So I appreciate the system, but gotta calibrate for that. Jeez, that could be anything. Anyways, good to see you all. Welcome in. That's not the start to the stream I was expecting, but I'm just glad the stream started. And there's no problems. Look at that. Knock on things, everybody. Knock on wood. I just jinxed myself. What's up, Azu? I saw you in here. Got in here first. Welcome. Shifty. Echo Zeppelin. Welcome, Echo. Lover of cotton candy milk. C. McD and Punji with the toes. I see you all. Plywood Box 07s. Love to see your name in chat as always. Stream Elements, of course. Spamming the stream with the name of the stream. They already know, bot. Stop it. We don't need all that. Ken, Namrock, somebody. How you guys doing? Mossylicious, good to see you. Good to see you all being chillin'. The Franks, Leo Motion, and Cotton. Welcome in, folks. You having a decent week? We're like halfway through the week, and it's hype. I know we're starting off a little chill, but it's hype. We're about to talk about kind of some possible CitizenCon stuff we might see. I already put out a video about what to expect at CitizenCon, and we talked about it honestly too much at this point. I've had a few different podcasts on it. We've gone over it here on the stream, but the news keeps coming. What are you gonna do? You can't keep ducking and dodging. You gotta throw some blows back. You gotta keep fighting. So when CIG's sending out the punches, we're gonna cover them. And they have revealed some more news for CitizenCon. I think they did it like in the middle of our stream yesterday or the day before, so we didn't really talk about it. But it's looking like there's going to be a Pyro demo at CitizenCon. And that's kind of a big deal. It does sort of depend on what that means. We don't know anything about that. But it's kind of a big deal. Whoopsie. Ooh. I'm glad that's not the button I thought it was. So let's get started today talking about this kind of new revelation and what it might mean for CitizenCon. What we could see from a gameplay demo, if there was going to be one of Pyro at CitizenCon, and what we've seen in the past that, you know, kind of informed this. Because I will say, those who paid attention, you might have seen at the beginning of my video about what to expect at CitizenCon, I hinted at the possibility that they would do the same thing for 4.0 that they did for 3.0, which was they gave us a demo of Daymar to play at CitizenCon. I wasn't there, but I got to see it, and we'll see it here. This is the demo. So we're going to watch a little bit of that and go over all that jazz. Welcome in. Mongo, good to see you. Ken. Gravity Noise, good morning. Forge Star, how many people here is it still morning for? I know some of y'all are like probably already in your PJs or whatever you call a PJ. Any word of a possible referral bonus for CitizenCon? You're thinking the graffiti dragonfly may be it? Do they usually do referral bonuses at CitizenCon? I am unaware. I am uncultured. Pokari Sweat. Sweat. Heyo, welcome in. Forge Star, good to see you. So cool. Will I be having a booth? No. No booth this year. We wanted to take the time to kind of introduce ourselves to CitizenCon. We've never been to one, so we wanted to get in there, be on our feet, moving around all the time, going to other people's booths, finding people, meeting people, all that kind of stuff. And then next year, we do a community booth for the garden, for GII, and for all of the good folks. The good folks of chat. I mean, if you'd like to, you know, let that represent you. It's up to you. Gary Miller 07. I'm not going to the after party. I'm going to the Bar Citizens on Friday and Saturday. But we aren't VIPs. Not quite fancy enough for that Sunday party. No, we'll be at church. Post CitizenCon church, right? Oh yeah, it was a good earthquake alert, huh, Reese? Perfect timing. Literally 9:29. I go live at 9:30. Earthquake at 9:29. Has anybody ever seen that on a live stream? I know there was I saw a video of a live streamer who was in the middle of an earthquake at one point, and it was crazy to see, but I wonder how often that actually happens. Something like that. It's beyond hype, your full copium. I'm not going to be all hype during this. I'm going to rein it in. But it is kind of significant. It could be significant. We'll see what it is that they actually show us. For all we know, it could be a bunch of computers with a constantly looping 4-minute video of Pyro. And you just sit down, press the space bar, watch it, and get up and leave. Yay! Welcome to Pyro. Doc Platypus, thanks for the sub. 6 months. My man. Half a year? And half of 2023, too, of all years. It's been a year. Thanks for the great content, Mr. Tomato. Enjoy CitCon for me. Life happened, and I had to get a full refund. I'm sorry to hear that. It is like that sometimes. I hope you can make it to the next one, or maybe at least a Bar Citizen. How will you be watching? Will you be able to watch live? What's up, Ginger Prince? Deplorable Gaming. 07s. Not too deplorable, I hope. 7:30 over there in Greece. 10:30 in Colorado. 6:30 for you. I'm assuming in the EU somewhere, in Europe. Some will actually get to play in Pyro on PCs that are set up at the event. Right. It looks like it. It's looking like it. By the way, for anybody who does want to have some folks to watch CitizenCon with, if you are wanting to tune in, maybe you want a little bit of commentary, or you want to be able to fire questions off if there is something, but you don't necessarily want somebody talking over the presentation, we will be having a watch party here on the Discord server. So anybody who's a member of the server, you can probably see it. It's in the Star Citizen category. If you're not, !Discord will send you the link. Just make sure to select the Star Citizen role so you see all those channels and you can join us. I will also be popping in there every once in a while. Of course, I'll be live on the show floor most of the time and like shooting video and stuff, but occasionally I'll try and pop in and say what's up and give an update or something. The earthquake was 4.9, I believe. Wondering if anyone else has heard of possible leak of drop-down menu and launcher with the choice of Stanton or Pyro. No, I don't think they would do that. I am going to CitizenCon, yes. It's going to be like 4,800 plus attendees? I have no idea. Not heard that number before. How are they possibly going to give a chance to everyone to play the Pyro demo? We'll have to see. I don't know. Definitely not something that I'm glad I don't have to deal with numbers like that. That's quite wild. How's it going? Just saying hi. It's good. Doing well. How are you doing? Having a good old day. getting into some CitizenCon stuff. We actually haven't even gotten into CitizenCon stuff. Let's talk about, let's see first where all this is coming from. So like the map came out last week and people were looking at it. We all saw this area up here that was blank. Some people thought it might be Squadron 42. Some people thought it might be anything really. I'm sure some people thought it would be like a game demo play space. Good job, good call. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be. I can't zoom in on the picture. I wonder why they made this a PNG instead of on the website this time. It says something here. Not sure if that's oh, mind your steps, huh? I guess that's just lore. There's nothing else besides just like computers, tables, Pyro, welcome to Pyro, and all that. I mean, I think it's pretty explanatory. It's not like a Star Citizen or a Squadron 42 demo. It says Pyro. So they revealed that a little bit later after they did the map initially, and people were kind of like, oh, okay, so there's going to be a Pyro demo. And it kind of makes sense. You know, last time they have a lot of content that is ready for 4.0. Like the Pyro planets. I mean, they probably could have plopped us down on those years ago. They wouldn't have been as nice as they are now, but the planetary team is like well beyond Pyro. They're doing other stuff. But yeah, like those, these colonialism outposts, some of the AI behaviors, all that kind of stuff, they've had relatively working for a while. So whatever CitizenCon they were like probably really certain was going to be before Pyro came out, they could do some kind of a demo because they don't have to worry about server meshing. Even if server meshing's not working, all of that stuff, if they just manage to try and put it into a closed environment, they could just throw it on here in a local environment and it would run perfectly fine and people would get to see Pyro and like it would build a lot of hype. And you know, you wouldn't hear much talk about the fact that it's not running well because server meshing's not working. So makes sense. No, not Sandworm. This is, I mean, that's so much different. The Sandworm was a visual element in a closed planetary tech demo that was never open to public. This is more like this. And we saw this. This is Play for Games, by the way. This is not me. It's about 7 years ago, 2017, before 3.0 came out. So this was back when people were playing a pretty archaic version of the game at that point. Or at this point. And getting into the game for the first time on planets. This was well before 3.0 came out, but it was after they expected 3.0 to come out. So again, they had stuff that was ready. They had different elements and assets that they could throw into an environment. They just maybe didn't have a very well-performing internet environment. So, just like this, maybe we'll see some 4.0 gameplay. What that entails, I don't know. That's what we're going to go over further in the video. But let's take a look at some of these people kind of jumping around into this demo just to get an idea of what they were providing. Because it was actually pretty limited. It wasn't like crazy demo. So I don't know how much 4.0 will be. Here's a look.
Okay. So you're outside the arms zone.
There we go.
We have Meyer with a railgun. Sergeant Gamble, do you have a railgun?
Apparently,
This is, by the way, Meyer, DJ Knight, and Jared Huckabee, I want to say. Sergeant Gamble, Meyer, and DJ Knight. Yeah, I don't think Jared's there. And they are just, this is something that was put out to the public. A lot of people clipped this. In fact, you're going to see this one from Play for Games here on YouTube, and then the next one we're going to see is actually from Board Gamer as well. So these are clipped from one channel, put on another channel, and now you're watching it on a third channel. But kind of gives you an idea of like where the game was during this demo and what the demo included.
I did not pick it up.
Apparently you brought a pistol to a railgun fight.
You brought a pistol to a railgun fight, my friend.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Whoa, what was it? Okay, all right. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay. Well, that was short. Oh, man. I wonder.
Big bada boom.
So, I'm using the detailed camera right here to get a closer look at the gun. Right here. I wanted to see if all the working parts actually stuff within it.
As we do, as humans do, they got into the demo and started shooting each other.
fire effects.
Not even
around
toxic
it.
PvPers. This was literally every single person in the demo. I mean, this is just human nature, right? These people got onto a planet in a game with a bunch of vehicles and weapons, and everybody started fighting. Like, if you watch this demo, almost the entire thing is people like flying around, experimenting with physics, enjoying the planet, and shooting each other. It's not at all like a
That's gonna be
PvP versus PvE thing. So this is the demo that we had. As you can tell, obviously, you haven't really seen much. It's been a patch of land on Daymar. I think it's not the whole planet. I don't think it's the whole planet, but it's definitely a large part of the planet. You're able to get up into orbit. You could fly around in the ship. You could go down and see all of these were new ships at the time. The Prospector, the Nox is on here. The weapons they're using are all new. The Drake Cutlass Black, all this stuff is like redesigned and new stuff. And then the derelicts on the ground are also new, and these outpost stuff. So you get this idea that they just kind of took all of the work that they had put together for their 3.0 stuff and threw it into this sandbox environment and told players, hey, you guys jump into the game, check out these vehicles, and roam around and do whatever. And I could see something like that for 4.0. We see like underground facilities, colonialism outposts, maybe some of the new vehicles that they've been working on. I don't know what those vehicles might be. We've actually, I just released a video about new vehicles coming up, but a lot of them are coming in the next couple of months. So maybe some of those ships, the Argo SRV might be on there. The C1 and A1, maybe the G12s. I don't know how far along those are, but this kind of gives us a decent idea of what it is. It's just a large arena with Star Citizen assets in it. So it's not necessarily going to be like, oh, you go through a jump point and you show up in Pyro and you're running missions and you're interacting with the AI. That being said, this was like 7 years ago, right? 6 years ago? Yeah, this was 6 years ago. So they may have gotten better at making demos since then. Who knows? Oh yeah, you can charge the railgun. I highly suggest you charge the railgun. Abdi, what's up, man? Good to see you. How are you? Think it will just be a sightseeing thing, or it will be a taste of Ruined Station, which you still think will be a PvPvE style location? Yeah, like Korea. No jump points, but like loading screen for Pyro. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the game. I don't think we get to see the login session here, how this actually starts. But I don't even think it's going to be launched from like the normal menu. I mean, maybe it will be, but I don't think it will be the normal game. I think you will just be loading into like Persistent Universe demo, and it will just plop you onto the ground like this, and you can just start doing stuff. I don't think it's going to be like you make a character and you start a playthrough. They don't have time for that. Maybe they'll show us the character customizer, but you know, I don't think you're going to log into your account and start playing or anything like that. And yeah, jump points. They don't need jump points. They just want to show us Pyro. It's not a server meshing demo. It's a Pyro demo. Got your CitizenCon haircut this morning? Ooh. Feeling fresh, man? You gonna paint your hair red with me? Am I? Oh. If we meet our sub goals. Streamathon. What do I think about the Pyro demo day 1, Squadron demo day 2? I don't think we're gonna be playing Squadron. People think that it would be some sort of drop-down menu are wrong. There's no location that we spawn in Pyro, no cities, no known stations, nothing with habs. Again, for the demo, I think it's going to be a completely broken out experience. I don't think it will be anything like the PU that we know. Doubt? What do you doubt? What do you doubt, Goose? Over the past 2 nights, you were binge watching old CitizenCon stuff. Ugh. Kind of wish you didn't. Yeah. See, I'll help you out there. I've got a video that I made a couple months ago that summarizes it all up nicely for you. They try, and they fall a little short. Hope they make you navigate the jump point and it's super difficult. Well, in the actual game, sure. Oh, doubt they got better at making demos. Well, they at least got better at making a game. Why not go pink to match the giveaway? I'm actually going to be wearing pink. I don't know who else is going to be there, but one of our Bar Citizen days, keep an eye on, yeah, the first one, Friday night, we will be doing our pink outfits. So if you're going to be there, you know, grab a shirt, grab some pants, join us. It's Barbie night. Wasn't it 3.0 that they surprise dropped during CitizenCon a few years ago? No. I think that was a regular patch. I wouldn't expect a surprise drop of 4.0. We would know if it was coming. Still don't have a ship or a new system this year. You might have gotten your hopes up. You have a wife now and a PhD. Congratulations. There must be some spawn points. They may be just a rough area. Yeah. Let's, here's another look from a different angle and different time of that same demo of people experiencing 3.0. Just kind of talking about the experience, I think.
Great job here.
Really did.
So my goal right now is to really just get to the other dark side of Daymar. Because I know a lot of people are wondering, like, is this actually a massive moon?
It is.
And I'm going to go there, and that's what I like. I can actually just stop over here, and I can just look out the side, and you can see all of the mountain ranges, all of the craters, the detail in that. Just, I feel like I would love to have this just as a wallpaper.
Yeah. But while you're doing that, while you're on your pilgrimage to the dark side of the moon, we have Gamble.
Oh,
Gamble
boy.
has found himself.
He sure did.
What did you find, Gamble?
I find myself
A target.
real gun.
There's a target.
The helmet. You don't like the helmets?
Oh my God, I was talking.
From back then?
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
See, like, this stuff was novel back then. They're just flying around a moon. And, like, if you go back and look at that moon, the moons look so much better than this now. Oh my gosh, look at the tiling. It's like you can tell there's a pattern. The atmospheric effects, the shadows, everything looks much better. But, you see how people reacted back then and how much they've improved the actual planet since then. I look forward to seeing what they do with the planets. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're doing with, like, Nick's planets. The planetary tech team is very good. They don't make the whole game, but what they do is great. The old HUD.
So I think they're still not on this server.
Look at all the old
Sad.
HUD elements. The reticule flying around and flipping and stuff.
Just learning how to control their vehicles for the first time.
Yeah, so this is also the first time we got ground vehicles, which is why he said that. And you can see it's just this general area where everybody is kind of centered.
They're just learning how to control their vehicles for the first time.
There is literally somebody who's been standing there. I can see them across the room.
Yeah, see, there's one.
They've been just standing there staring at the nurser for like 5 minutes. Just like, wow.
New UI elements could be something we see here. Honestly, some of this stuff could be the stuff that they're talking about during the panel. Like, it would be great if they threw in the ships that they already have engineering working for and said, okay, players can try out engineering in these couple of ships while they're flying around and check it out. Or like a UGF. Like, all of these things that they're covering in these panels, I think would be great things to throw in with the 4.0 demo.
On an incline.
Yeah, so as luck would have it anyway, we are at our destination.
Good cover,
You like the old HUD more?
There's a bit more I want to show with the rover, so when we get back to base, I'll go ahead and we'll show off that too. Yo!
Yeah, I'll catch you later, Ken. Thanks for dropping by.
To hit the deck there, dude.
Boss, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you.
I think there was a Gladius around there. There was actually a battle happening up in the sky. A bunch of the guys on the show floor are trying out.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they are. What is the max range of that gun anyway?
Let's find out.
No.
So they were just playing with new guns, walking around. Everybody's bored.
You should run
Because
around a
you've
little
just been
bit.
sitting here.
You should just run.
They're honestly, as far as the demo goes,
We have this here. Okay. Find out what happens.
I don't know if this, like, I don't think this would fly now. I think they would have to give us more than just a open sandbox arena. I think people would need to be able to see some kind of narrative aspect, whether it be AI or a mission or like exploring a space station or something.
You not run? There it
11.
is.
I can run. I can run. There we go. Oh, what? Oh, 1 second. And no oxygen.
And like,
But I can hold my breath.
you can't really tell from what you're seeing here, but nothing existed in the game at this point. Like you can see there's no armistice zones. There was no law system back then. There was no, the party system was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. There's no actor status system, so you don't have any sort of injuries or health. You just kind of die. You didn't really have many notifications at the top. If you opened the Moby Glass, you would probably be able to see that, like, oh my god, did you see that? Look at this. Look at that final boss over there. Oh my god. T-Man the T-posing Nox Rider. Beware. Jesus, that is such a dominant position. Look at that. He's banking into the turn and T-posing at the same time. And glitching in and out of existence. I'm terrified. But yeah, there was like, this game didn't do anything at this time. You couldn't even send money to each other. You couldn't buy ships. Couldn't rent ships. You couldn't even get knocked over. Was there melee functionality?
Yes, it is.
Alright, so Meyer has acquired the railgun.
Right, inventory was in the Moby Glass.
It's a great gun. So I think you can carry 2 of them, actually.
Yeah, you can. You can pick up a second one and carry.
At least you knew you didn't have your helmet on. That's only for heavy helmets though, right? Light helmets didn't show up. See, like he's wearing a helmet right now, but you can't really tell.
We'll see.
I think you have to have the heavy. Yeah, see,
Yeah, you gotta have the heavy
yeah,
armor.
you can only carry 2 in the heavy armor.
What year was this? This was 2017. This was like three months before we got 3.0.
Alright. Let's meet up at a Cutlass.
Okay, add a cut.
Missed those days.
Somebody's doing strafing runs on the.
There was no melee at this time.
Yeah.
Alright, so there's Meyer. You
Gnarly.
guys know each other.
A lot of the guns were also missing here.
Yeah, in a cutlass even.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were gonna do
it's,
to them.
there were no ships.
They overheard us talking.
There's another dominant player over there.
Good to you guys.
All right, so let's look.
Because we don't have.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, so
Because they're flying in it.
we might have to wait for a cycle, but we can do it with the.
This is how old those Caterpillar derelicts are, by the way.
Yeah. We'll try the OSM. We'll look for a cutlass, and if we can't.
Actually, I guess they updated those.
Oh, okay, this one is taken.
Oh.
So okay that you missed this era. Yeah, be happy you missed this era. This was terrible. This was awful, man. 3.0 came into the game and everything was just
Trying to find out how to get it.
Yeah, we're fighting for it.
15 frames per second max for so many players. No, this is Meyer,
Is he gonna leave?
DJ Knight, and Sergeant Gamble. But yeah, after this update dropped, we were down to about 15 to 20 frames per second max for 9 months. I think it was until around November. They got in client-side object container streaming. Which I think, you know, they call server-side object container streaming SOCs. So it's weird that they don't have any acronym for client-side object container streaming. But, you know, I'm not picky. Whatever. Maybe they don't want to see certain things up on a stage in front of thousands of people. Sure. But it was like 9 months of pretty bad times. So same thing could happen about 4.0. I don't think it will. Seems like they're going about it a different way. But these were not the best times to be playing the game.
Right.
Alright. So Meyer, why don't you kneel down here?
Kneel down.
Yeah, get us a
But
better
this
view
stuff
off
was
that.
all super novel at the time. I mean, in 2017, being able to go to and from a planet, it's still pretty cool now. Back then, it was like, wow, holy crap. Other games did it, just not like this.
Let's see what kind of damage we can do out the back of an Ursa then.
There it is. Pull it out.
All right, we're out of the armistice zone, so here it is. I love how it like comes out. Okay, anyway, so
We got two. We got two Noxus
all
over
right,
here.
drive in
Go.
front of it.
Do it. Right? No. Your
Left,
target is
left,
right in
left.
front of you.
Drive the other way.
Where's the Nox?
They were flying a little bit higher.
Okay.
I'll see if I can. Oh,
They were just so bored. Get real creative. Like, you got an hour and a half to play the game demo nobody's gotten to see yet.
There's one here.
Okay.
And you kind of just driving around in circles shooting at each other, which, you know, no hate. I probably would have done the same, obviously, but like, I do hope that the demo, if there is one here at the CitizenCon, I'm not confirming there's a demo. I'm just talking about if there is what might happen. I do hope it would be more than this.
Oh no!
Look at that T-pose. Amazing.
Oh no! Well, we can.
Yeah, that was back when we first got hovercrafts. Oh my god. So yeah. Now, those two were at Gamescom. But there is also footage of this happening at CitizenCon, and some of you may have caught this in my recent video. This is why I thought this might happen at CitizenCon. I actually forgot about the Gamescom demos. This is basically the exact same thing that they are showing on the map for CitizenCon now. It's a bunch of tables with a bunch of computers with some kind of demo running on it. And these are all people who are just going to see CitizenCon in person, live. Uh-oh, and he's muted. So I'm hoping that our content, which is going to be on the show floor as well, they will allow us to do this kind of thing, interview and be live on the show floor with folks. And hopefully I won't have technical difficulties like this because, you know, they're kind of very normal here. But yeah, he's basically just interviewing people.
Seriously? Right after the red one thing.
I did mention technical difficulties, didn't I?
We have, is that the?
So they were just interviewing people basically playing 3.0, and I wanted to show that this is something that they did at CitizenCon before, so it makes sense. Now, besides that, really, what I have to go over are the kinds of things that I thought we might see, and I just pulled up a couple Star Citizen lives, a Calling All Dev to talk about some of the stuff that might be crucial for CitizenCon for Pyro. That they might highlight, things like refueling and repairing gameplay and the cargo refactor, but I honestly don't know what else we could see. I think it's really just going to focus on the stuff we saw at the panels. So new HUDs, new UI, new interaction systems, scanning and FPS, maybe engineering, UGF, colonialism outpost, that kind of stuff. And some AI updates, I'm sure. Somebody gift up some... Oh, those are subs. Nice. That was when you were still on the fence about Scammer Game. I mean, the with hindsight, the speed at which development was moving and things were coming together before 3.0. I mean, gosh, before 3.12, I would say. It was iffy. I mean, obviously, I didn't think it was a scam. I thought they were making a game. But it was like... where are you guys going with this? You know, it wasn't until around like 310, 312-ish when it started to feel like the development got a lot more direction. Jared has his Moses beard going on. You hope CitizenCon to be better. Better than what? Yeah, 3.12 was when we got baby persistence, I believe, right? That was the first time that you could earn some money in one patch and then spend it in the next one. Oh my god, this alpha was so basic for so long. I guess we're probably going to get to a point in like 3 years when I look back at this time and I'm like, oh my gosh, can you believe we couldn't hand boxes to each other? I don't know. There is zero way we will be spawning in directly to Pyro. You mean in the game? I have delayed you long enough. Let's take a look at this. This is, again, I'm not an oracle, okay? Go back, watch Matrix 1 again. She's really good with the whole bent spoon thing. She's got it. I'm not doing all that. I'm just showing you videos of a video game. But I think this is the kind of stuff that's relevant to Pyro gameplay that they might try to highlight. It's more PU focused. It's not really something that you can sell in a demo that's not focused on refueling, but I still think it's kind of cool for us to listen to. And, you know, we got time to kill. So, here it is.
Once that part gets done, they'll pretty much have to fly and find a guy in need. Find a guy.
Right. Okay, so this is I had actually kind of forgotten what this was. This is talking about how refueling worked before and how it's supposed to change for when Pyro comes in. Pretty noticeably, you'll notice he's saying that like it works one way, but we have to change it when Pyro comes in. So it's kind of the thing I would expect to hear more of at CitizenCon, and maybe we'll see in the demo.
Fuel, and then they'll have a UI to select how much they want in tank 5, how much they want in tank 3, which type of fuel, stuff like this. Find a guy in need, find a guy that has run out of fuel, didn't check his fuel meter, and made a bit of a mistake. We're foreseeing this will be much more of a problem once Pyro kicks in, because refueling opportunities there at the station are really minimal. So this will come into play a lot more. So for a tier 0, we're kind of looking right now at the players using chat, good old chat, and going like, dude, I ran out of fuel. Is anyone with a Starfarer here that can help me? Or
just how many people have, by a show of hands, and I'm saying that because I know nobody's raising their hands, how many people have used Refuel outside of just trying to test it in the PU? Like, you've gone into global chat, and not including somebody you knew. You went into global chat, you said, hey, I need fuel, and a Starfarer showed up and gave you fuel. Because I've never seen that happen before. The only other time I've ever heard of anybody using fuel was like when you're doing an event, you know, you already know somebody is out there with you. Raise his hand. All right, we got one in chat. There you are. We got 2 in chat. 3 whole people. Nice. Haven't even tried testing it yet. I'm sure it's happened a few times, but honestly, this is, I think people were saying this too, back when they first added this. People were like, nobody's going to do that, dude. Everyone could just use that as bait. You could just be somebody sitting out there in space and say you have a Starfarer or say you need a Starfarer, and then they come out there and you blow them up. So, no reputation system, no beacons, made refueling pretty much useless. It's been in the game for like a year and a half, I think now, because they wanted to get it in for 4.0, but it obviously needs something big to happen to make it work better. So let's listen to, I don't even know if he goes more into detail with that, but let's listen in.
Hey, I have a lot of fuel. Anyone needs it? And you guys meet, you form a group, you meet the old-fashioned way. In the future, we're thinking of using the beacon system to actually create the beacon. Hey guys, I need fuel. We could do this at the beginning, but it'll just take us longer to release, and it could be a separate part that comes in later. So we thought we'd rather get fuel out to the players, refueling out to the players as fast as possible, and then we're gonna do the part where you actually have a way to contract fuel being brought to you, or I'm selling. I need buyers basically. So once you reach that person, we're gonna leverage the existing docking stuff that's coming online now.
So, I mean, I think that's fairly substantial. Dan Truffin will probably be on stage during the Fix It and Fly It panel. He's fairly central to engineering gameplay. So they might do a Q&A. I think that probably would be something. If they don't go over refueling at CitizenCon, I'm going to try and get up and ask a question at one of the Q&As or something about this, because they're really heavily hinting at the fact that once we get to Pyro, we're going to have a better beacon system and a way to properly do fuel, or else the system's going to be broken, right? I mean, if you've got a reputation that doesn't let you land at any of these other stations and you can't refuel, it's gonna be broken because you can't get freaking fuel in Pyro without a reputation system working. So this just seems pretty important. Let's continue.
You'll be using the same UI to dock basically your Starfarer's boom fuel arm with the ship that's out of fuel. The ship that's out of fuel obviously has a fuel intake port that you'll have to pretty much, it's pinning the tail on the donkey type of thing. It's a very precise maneuvering thing. If you mess it up, you either break your boom arm or you break the guy's ship. So there'll be a lot of challenge in doing that docking. Basically, you're flying tons and tons of metal and fuel into and trying to very precisely insert that nozzle in there. Once you manage to do this, and the
got to
ships
insert the nozzle.
are pretty much connected, similar to how the docking operation works, you will have a fuel transfer UI where you'll be able to set a price, which type of fuel, which type of tank do you want to transfer. From the receiving guy will be able to say, well, I only want half a tank because I'm low on cash or something like this. There's pretty much a trade interface where you have a bit of management of what you want, how much do you want, and from the Starfare side, where do you want to deliver it from? Because you might have a tank that's completely full, a tank that's completely empty. We're looking into gameplay here of how the pressure in those tanks actually speeds up the delivery of fuel. So there will be, we want to insert a bit of gameplay here where you can, if you know what you're doing, you're going to be doing this fast, and you might be in a few seconds, like a pit stop Formula One thing. And if you're just an average player who first has a Starfare and doesn't want to be bothered, you will still do it in about 30 seconds or 1 minute, depending what you're refueling. It might be a few minutes if you're refueling, I don't know, nitrous. That might take a few Starfares, but you'll still be able to do it, but you'll just do it slower. At this point, both of you guys are sitting in space, so if someone finds you, you're in a lot of trouble.
Hey!
They're a pirate.
Wow, that sucks.
See,
I think there's a little bit more about Pyro up here.
To release it soon. Yeah. We'll see. It's still early, but we're getting there.
But it is still early. Now, I want to clear that statement up. It is still early. We have been talking about refuel and repair and many of these systems throughout Star Citizen development for several years now. When we say it's early days in Spain, that means active development on this feature is now begun.
The scheduling is done for it. We are just ironing out the details in the design. We already talked with a lot of the dependency teams, all the guys that need to provide the art, change the boom arm for refueling. How do we do the fuel ports? There's already people. There's gears are in motion for this. This pretty much needs to come.
For what it's worth, this came into the game soon. Refueling came into the game, I think.
Get stranded in Pyro, and there's going to be no solution for that. So it needs to get
the end of this year.
That answers my one question, without me having to ask it. So thank you. All right, and I guess
it just they put it in, like he said, for the whole you can ask in global chat. They just never updated it with the whole beacon stuff, which is kind of the important part. So yeah, I think refueling would be something we probably would want to see in some kind of a demo, but it might also be difficult to fit in. You know what? I hope we see quantum boost. I didn't even think about that. That would be very cool. Like the new quantum travel mechanic, quantum boost. I'd love that. Automated refueling stations have been added to Pyro, but we don't know who they service. Because one of the things they're about to add to the game is the ability for factions to react to you based on reputation, specifically in shops and kiosks. What if you don't have a good reputation with the people in the Pyro system because they are ruled by gangs, you have a very limited amount of stations that you can refuel at. You're worried CIG is going to force the refuel thing on us in a way that is not organic. What would that be? Like more so than we already have it on us? A beacon for refueling would be amazing. Oh, that'd be great. Almost like an SOS beacon. Like, because, we do run out of fuel. Oh, did we have a poll for if I should dye my hair red? What was the results for that? Dang it, how do I see results for these polls? Why you do this, Twitch? When they showcase Master Mode in Quantum, you thought that would be coming soon. I figured it would be coming with 4.0. Whenever that is. 78% said to dye the hair red. Oh, well. If you said to. Maybe reclaimed ships won't come with fuel. Reclaimed ships, you mean like derelicts? Oh, when you claim it again. That's not very good insurance, is it? All right, here's some more talk. You can see Dan Truffin is here, but also my man Thurston. What's his first name? Dang it. How did I forget his first name? And they are talking about... Hold on, I pulled this up for a reason. Refueling, again, in Pyro, and kind of how refueling will work. Is there anything else in here that might... Loot, long distance probing... Man, I would love if we got to hear about long distance probing. Loot tables, harvestables, refining. Ooh, we could talk about refining as well. Although I don't think refining would be in a demo. We do need to talk about it. So yeah, this is more talk about refueling gameplay. Yeah, fuel siphoning is supposed to be part of salvage.
How are we thinking refueling's working? Oh, where are we going with refueling?
In what sense? Like,
well, I mean, are we talking about the the 737s with the little nose cone, and somebody comes up and they attach? What are we doing?
Yeah, that's exactly what we are talking about. So for the Starfarer refueling, which is the one that we are working on right now, is that we have a boom arm where the player in need has to dock to, and then the refueling process can start. Yeah. So I think I saw the question where it was about like, yeah, will we have drone refueling? Yeah, that's not yet the plan of the system. So the plan is right now to have a very direct system, because like from my personal point of view, it's even the more interesting one, because like imagine a ship that is docked to the boom arm, you do one slight movement, and it's something that both players have to pay attention in this process, right? So it's active on both sides. For the drone part, it would be more passive on one side or even passive on both sides.
I want to be lazy.
For me personally, this one is the most interesting one.
Okay. We have some other follow-up questions for refueling here. Will refueling be doable in motion, or will crafts have to come to a complete stop to proceed?
And because we are using right now...
Question in chat, can all ships refuel at the moment? I don't actually know. I think so. Every ship I've ever tried to refuel in, it worked. But that's like 5 out of over 100. So I don't know. No? There it is. It's a no. I'm going to guess it's probably every ship that's been designed over the last 3 years or so. And then every ship that's been updated since then for gold standard or something. Like the Freelancer is an old ship, but it'll probably be able to refuel after this component change if it couldn't already.
The docking system that we already have. So like the Merlin to Connie docking, we rely on that.
Oh wow, the Caterpillar can refuel?
But actually it's a good point, because we have to pay attention to it. It wouldn't make sense for some ships to be dragged basically by the Starfarer, so we have to adapt the rules as it goes. But yeah, for the first iteration, we definitely will just have the well-known docking.
Yeah, we will use exactly what the docking system offers. This was a nice surprise for us, because we were looking initially and doing it a bit more simplistic, where you're just fairly close and there's a fuel transfer. But then docking came online, and we're like, wait, we could just use this, and we get the connection between two ships for free. So now the Starfarer is gonna, same as with docking, we're gonna try to do this where if you maintain heading and velocity on the mothership, let's call it the mothership, the child ship can come and attach. Basically, as long as you're not flying, this ship is not doing left, right, flying.
I want to hear
constant heading.
I came here for Pyro. Weren't they going to talk about refueling and Pyro? What? Here we are.
Is the refuel?
Sorry, questions in chat. One more thing. All older ships are left behind, including most starters. Huh? What you mean? Why are vehicle physics so trash after 600 million USD and 12 years? Well, because it's not linear. Like, they didn't start building vehicle physics 12 years ago. Let's get back to it. Every ship with a 583 liter. Jesus, that's a lot of liters. Quantum tank with the most efficient drive cannot make the distance from the jump point to ruin, and will need some fuel to get in between. They can't even make it from the jump point to ruin. I'm guessing with the orbit, it'll be a little bit easier. If older ships can't refuel, then they're... oh, yeah, they're screwed in Pyro, yeah. Again, something else that we'll need to hear about when they update us on refueling. Thanks to the response. Seems unjustified to me since a huge scope of the game is ground vehicles. They even sell them. Honestly, there are really big scopes of the game that are much further behind than ground vehicles. In general, the game's just not finished. Like, there's a lot of things that... I mean, we're supposed to be doing trade runs and between space stations with multiple types of ships in a cool convoy of different ships based on what we're doing, and we can't really do that much yet. It's most of the game's not there, which is why, you know, if people have a problem with that, they shouldn't put money in or even pay attention. So we can get fuel and repairs in Pyro, but where do we get food and water? Oh, you got to kill other people. Yeah. Good times in Pyro. Is cruise going to be the most valuable commodity? I bet food's going to be more valuable there for sure. Where's data running hacking? I don't know. I wish I knew. Touring missions with NPC civvies will be a thing, yeah. The only starter ships that can feasibly make the jump at this point are the Cutter 315P Nomad and all three 100Is. Hey! 100I. Alright, let's hear what they have to say. Enough of me. Talk to us more.
Refueling is in active development right now. Is this because it's a prerequisite for Pyro?
It's not exactly a prerequisite. It's something that's going to help Pyro a lot. Pyro, finding fuel in Pyro is not going to be as easy as in Stanton. This is a torn down place. Everyone has left the building a long time ago. The people that are there and want to sell you fuel either are going to try to rip you off, or you're going to pay everything you have to refuel. So you're going to be relying on players. You're going to be relying on other people to come in with fuel from Stanton and bring it in there and sell it to you at whatever price. So,
okay, I think it's worth saying I'm trying really hard not to get into a Pyro overview video, but I am getting a little off topic from the demo here. But I got to comment on this. I think that just like we will have missions where we probably have to go and refuel NPCs, there were probably going to be NPC-controlled starfarers that you can refuel at. They will be, I'm thinking, much more rare in a system like Pyro, but I can't imagine, like, if you want to refuel and there are no space stations around, I'm thinking you probably should have the chance of finding a NPC-controlled or AI-controlled starfarer to refuel at. Think they need to lower fuel efficiency or up the consumption rate? Everything is too easy? Yeah, they're going to have to do some stuff with fuel consumption. Honestly, it used to be a lot worse. It used to take us a lot longer to travel, and I think they're going to balance it as we get more of the things that actually matter. Right now, you can't even do anything while you're quantum traveling. Can't even engineer your ship. Other than cool new visuals, what would be the point in going to Pyro? Trade routes? No, maybe mining. Trade routes, yes. Resource scarcity would likely be the most clear reason. I think that resource scarcity would draw in miners. Those miners would draw in refiners and cargo transports, which would draw in pirates, which would draw in escorts and combat players, which would make conflict, and overall, that kind of shapes the focus of the game, right? Past that, NPC missions. This was recorded prior to the Pyro retcon. No, they retconned a long time ago. They retconned before this. They retconned back in 2019, I think it was. Because they already would have been designing the planets by now. They showed them off that year. We have UEE Starfarers. All right, let's get back to what he was saying. I'm sorry, I keep distracting.
The problem also comes with Pyro is like it's very hard to find a station to refuel. They're far between. So it might be, oh, I'm in the middle of nowhere now. There's no way for me to get back to that station where I know there's fuel. Hey, can someone come help me? Someone come help me comes with a dose of risk, because someone come help me might come with guns. But yeah, this is where you have to trust other players, and this is where some of our reputation thing is going to come in handy, as in you look over who you're dealing with. You go, well, this guy's been killing everyone that moves. I'm not refueling with you. I'm not telling you where I am, pretty much.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that while Star Citizen is a massively multiplayer game, it is a multiplayer game. Some systems will be a little more friendly to the solo players than others. Pyro, from everything I've seen and read and heard and spoken about Pyro definitely seems like it's dangerous to go alone. Bring a friend.
Exactly.
Well, gonna need some help then. Waffle, I'd leave it alone. Let Luna go with what she said. Opinions are opinions. Trading with who at what station? You know, they've talked about adding more stations, but that's not what Pyro is meant to be. There are a lot of companies that use Pyro as a shortcut. I don't really have the time to pull up the ARC star map here, but like if you go back and look through the UGFs, you'll see things like bearing underground facilities and stuff. A lot of places have like stop off locations in Pyro where they might make a way station stop going between like I think it's going to be Odin, like Odin and Nyx in that direction. I think you have to go through Pyro to get to Stanton. So those deliveries are going to be a very popular trade route. So you'll probably be trading with those. There's also a civilian faction in Pyro. They're not a gang. It's just a group of people who are trying to make a living in Stanton. So you'll probably do a lot of trade runs with them to bring them supplies, because they have nobody else but Stanton to help them. And then other space stations, yeah. If like you can make a reputation with pirate gangs, you could probably do cargo missions with them too. They don't necessarily have to be legal cargo missions, if that's what you're into. What's friends? Friends is like when you go to Starbucks and you cover their drink. So like if you're at that point with somebody in Star Citizen, that counts. I don't go to Starbucks, but I hear that's a thing. So I thought I'd use that as an example. Back when we did the live stream where we all created the fire rats and selected Stinger as the leader of the overlords. Right, the fire rats. They need to get their flamethrowers. Friends was a TV show. Mrs. Tomato loves that show. What's his friend? I want none. Please, leave me be. Did I skip? Oh, I skipped over this. All right, what was this? I think this might have been some cargo talk. To be honest, I mean, I guess we could look at this, but it's kind of impossible to know what this demo could be. I would say it's mainly going to be the stuff that we went over during the panels themselves, and the most important thing I think to know is just that it's not going to be the actual PU. It'll be just a closed environment. You back to SC so you could hire AI friends. They don't like drinks. They won't share their drinks with you. But I think that's coming. If they haven't dialed down some of the harsher aspects of Pyro and rolling with the crew is a must, we'd love some better org tools. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. We would adore better org tools. You don't need to be present for the giveaway now. Oh. No, the overlay was not hidden on purpose. Thank you. That cotton candy milk, though, Echo. It's coming for you. All right, what are you guys jibber jabbering about here?
Will the cargo refactor include
cargo
a meaningful overhaul of the economy itself?
Okay, you guys think they would have some kind of cargo part in the demo? Like, what would they be able to? They could maybe throw tractor beams. Functional tractor beams. We talked about the Argo SRV earlier. I don't know if they'd go with the whole ship, but maybe the handheld tractor beam tool. And how could they showcase that, though, in like an interesting way? Because freight elevators is interesting in like a large scale. Same with persistent hangars. I don't know what they could do with that. Cargo transporting between different systems as a demo? Oh, we have a giveaway going on, Windlord. Mrs. Tomato is giving away a couple of pink ships from our archive. Putting your faith in this game now, and you have dual sticks arriving in 20 minutes. That's a gamble, Storm Rider. Have you been playing? Tony C is all you hear when you hear economy. That poor guy. There's like a whole group of people on that team. But yeah, really it ends up coming back to him. Like to see a ruined station have fuel supply completely based on players bringing fuel from Stanton. That would be cool. Maybe not completely, but you know, partially to some extent, mostly. Imagine a dynamic event that takes place in Pyro where pirates blockade the stations, and the only way that players can get fuel from there is if players break through. Love that stuff. What type of pink ships? The good type. We've got a Nomad, a Anvil Arrow, and a CNOU hover quad. Little hover bike quad thing. More cargo. Let's hear it.
For updated profit and investment ratios.
I think it has to.
Wait. Yeah. Okay. So this is why you guys are talking about Tony Z. Because we are in the midst of the cargo refactor and have not heard about economy stuff. So this is, again, we're getting away from the demo ideas. But let's listen anyways.
Adjacent to the cargo refactor, and we'll get back to that in a minute, will the cargo refactor include a meaningful overhaul of the economy itself for updated profit and investment ratios?
I think it has to. One of the things that we want to do is sell things kind of by the box, not like this per unit, because it does a lot of different things when we start to go down that road where it takes a certain amount of money to get into a box, a super valuable box that's this big. Whereas, I can get into like the really cheap stuff in larger volumes, maybe the really expensive stuff. I can only buy in smaller quantities, but I've got to get a certain amount of it in order to. It's like buying a lot size on the stock market, right? You got to buy it in 100-unit lots. Similar principle with what we want to do for the cargo, and it kind of ties to the whole sea and these large containers that we need to have to facilitate those. But
let's talk about that.
I don't see how we can't do that. Like it's mandatory. 100%.
I can show them. I can come from the future and show you how. Because we got the whole sea. And things didn't change. But it could mean that things are going too soon. Maybe. I don't know. That's more hopium than anything. Let's be honest. You hope they're close with static server meshing, otherwise we won't see Pyro soon. Yeah. Wondering if we'll be able to throw asteroids with the tractor beams. Well, we can at least move them. Don't know if we can throw them. If Tony is the lead, your general manager, so all the mistakes your guys make fall on him. I don't know if he's the lead, though. I'm pretty sure he started out as director of the persistent universe, so I guess technically everything would fall on him. And then I believe he joined the systemic services and tools team, but I don't know if he actually was leading it. And they haven't even acknowledged that he's on the economy team yet. I would assume he is, but that's how little we know about it. Wonder if Tony Z is going to come out from hiding and be at CitizenCon. General schedule doesn't really have anything. Besides the engine panel, yeah, I don't see anything. Great giveaways. Thank you. We try. Those ships were supplied by CIG, by the way. Just a disclosure, so that you know. Asteroids can't currently move as they are static objects. Interactable asteroids should be able to be moved. I don't know if that'll be true with the tractor beam release, but it's meant to be the way the game works. Quantum has phased out of existence. It has become Quantum. He's lost in Pyro. Hey, it's Gumbo. There he is. What's up, man? How you doing? Let me get you that shout out, buddy. Abolish cargo grids.
100%.
Okay. What else?
Let's move back to the cargo refactor a bit. When it comes to loading and unloading of cargo in space, docking arms for ships and in hangars.
Okay, so that's, I mean, that wasn't, again, much about the demo. The last bit I have is really what we saw in 2021. And this isn't a demo that they made available to players, but it is at least the most recent idea we have of what they want to do with a gameplay demo. So I don't think this is what we would play through if there is a demo at CitizenCon. Again, not confirming. But if there is, maybe we can take some of the features that we see here and assume that those will be in there. Don't start with that Quanta stuff. I swear to God. We have the Hull C, but last night was the first time I was able to get it to work. Kind of was able to buy and fully load it, but all went over the system and couldn't find a station buying copper. Cheers to getting it to work. That dummy little thing. Never worked for me. An API update, Star Engine talk, important for third-party sites. They're going to talk about API updates? Tomato is a Quanta. I am a strong Quanta. All right, demo time.
Yeah, Pyro 3.
So first thing I would be excited to see here would be the clouds. Like loading into that demo and seeing that they got the clouds to this level would be actually really cool. I would because this is, I mean, it's beautiful, and it also doubles down on the whole weather thing. You think Terra and Nyx will be the next systems after Pyro? Nyx definitely. We have these clouds in R-Corp, I think. It's not as dense as this. There's not as much of it. But like in terms of these sort of layered cloud structures, yeah, they got them. I think they've done a pretty good job with them at R-Corp so far. And you can see they're going in this direction. Is the kind of dream of yours to fly through a sea of clouds like that? Yeah, it does look very cool. But this lightning and weather stuff we still don't have. But they've talked a lot about lightning lately. And it being able to like strike your ship. No, not that extravagant. Or Tessa. Imagine they reintroduced Tessa Bannister in Pyro. I think somebody actually said clouds are moving, but I might be imagining that. Yeah, this sort of layers of clouds is not a thing yet, I don't think. Who's Tessa Bannister? Oh, my friend. That was the first real mission giver in the game. Pre 3.0. How are they going to do Terra? Earth should be the last one they make, so their tech is advanced through 20 years from now. I don't know how they'll do Terra. There are leaked videos from 2015, I think it was, that showed off their first version of Terra, and they made a city. You know, a lot of it's backdrop, but yeah, I think they could figure out a city with a few different landing zones. It's just going to be a heck of a handful of work to do. Can I... Hold on a second. Can we get something a little... Hey, is that a tea refill? Oh, thank you. Spirit has not been released. It's just in the PTU, but only devs are flying him around. Never heard of Tessa, really? She was in the game in 2016. They should make it fuel like cargo, that stations have amounts of fuel they need and will buy fuel. Agreed, yeah. Definitely agreed with that. Yeah, Earth is in Seoul. We were talking about the difference between doing Earth and doing Terra. They were saying that Earth is going to be very late because it's in the last system, whereas Terra is going to obviously be very soon. Those are both the most built up planets in the UEE, so they were asking, how are they going to do Terra so soon when they have the excuse of doing Earth so late? Yeah, the UI stuff I'm really excited for. Specifically, like, the mapping. How is the star map actually going to function, zooming from the system view all the way down to a planetary orbit view, and then down from there to a surface view in your local map, all while showing real-time objects moving around in the game? Like, it's either going to be clunky and not great, or I'm kind of expecting to be blown away by it. I mean, like, that's an amazing concept. How do you do that? I could understand if there was some kind of animation in between each level of scale, but if you could literally zoom the map from the system down to the building you're in, I just don't understand how that would work. But maybe that's why they've refused to show us it for so long. It's all make-believe. It's all up in the air. They're gonna come out at CitizenCon and be like, there is no star map. We'll give you paper maps. You gotta draw a line. You gotta type that address in the map quest. You'll find it. Yeah, the interaction is gonna be good too. Interaction system in this game is the worst I've ever experienced. I want it to be better. I really do. It's what makes things like looting and like grabbing weapons and reloading and all that kind of stuff a little bit annoying. Just let you drop a waypoint. Yeah. Being able to drop our own waypoints just change everything. Every mission, every operation, every sandbox gameplay session introduces exploration gameplay. Everything changes if we could drop waypoints. That'd be awesome. Like, there's a lot of that kind of stuff locked behind the map. Your copium hot take is that we get the HUD, MFDs, new map, and mini map, MobiGlass, and Mobi apps in a 3.21.x patch. Gumbo! Oh, holy dude. In a 3.21.x patch, I would fall out of my chair. That'd be so cool. I realize we're like getting through this demo and I'm not explaining anything at all. For those who are like actually paying attention, what you're seeing in the background is it's not super complicated stuff. Ground-to-air missile systems, I think that's actually would be a great way for them to kind of introduce us to a no-fly zone without an armistice zone. So I could see a colonialism outpost like this with ground-to-air defenses somewhere in the area of the gameplay session that, like, you know, it's like something to bounce against for some entertainment. But all of these sorts of things, like this colonialism outpost where you could just walk in and tour the area and see things working, maybe some lightly functional AI and stuff, I think that all makes sense for like some level of demo. Maybe the worst kind of citizen, but you find it hard to get hyped by now? I don't think that's a problem. Different things work for different folks. Don't you think, since Odin comes with Squadron and Nyx is fairly barren, that we could have 3 systems at the end of next year? I think we could have 3 to 4 systems by the end of the following year. But I think it's going to take a little while longer for Nyx to come in. And if they're introducing us to the concept of another system besides Odin or Nyx at CitizenCon this year, I kind of think they probably shouldn't. But if they do, maybe that would follow shortly after. Because yeah, then we would have Stanton, Pyro, Nyx, and Odin. And you could kind of follow up with Magnus or Castra. Also not super dense systems. They're not as populated as Stanton, but more so than Pyro or Nyx. It's surface to air. What did I say? Air to surface? It's 2020X. We're hours from Pyro going live. You have a lot of GII members online and ready to jump in with you. What's the plan? Await the inevitable delay. No, to be honest, I think we would probably spend our time getting into Stanton and getting geared up and supplied and see what other people do when they get in there. New UGFs, yep, I could see that being there too. The floodgates will open soon. Shut up, Scott. To be honest though, I think floodgates is an exaggeration, but I do think that getting past the technological challenge of server meshing is going to lead to an increase in development speed. We've already kind of seen it, I think, over the last couple of years. Since Odin is after Nyx in the line, they have to get a Nyx in before Squadron 42. They might not get Odin in when Squadron comes out. Odin is going to be ready for Squadron 42, but that doesn't mean it's going to be ready for Star Citizen. They're still going to have to work on a lot of civilian locations, factions, mission system, reputations, all that kind of stuff in Odin before it comes out, even after Squadron's done. Here's another thing that we could see at the demo. Something that they've really focused on over the last couple of years are shop patrons or shop AI that actually talk to you and function with you. Because right now we just buy stuff from screens. But in Pyro, Frontier, not as much technology. This is something they like to highlight.
Well, welcome. Take a look. I'm sure I have what you want, and if not, I'll have something just as good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very good choice. Very good.
So after 5 million credits of disposable income.
Good purchase. Wow, that's a great find. You're really gonna like that purchase. Shut the f up. That's all they do. So it's not revolutionary. It's not a big deal. It's not going to break the gaming industry, but better AI functionality is also something I'm expecting in a demo, and also something that they're going to probably focus on showing us at CitizenCon itself. Are there no other games that have implemented tech like dynamic server meshing? Not that I know of. There are games that have done something like static server meshing, but dynamic is kind of the more interesting and unique thing. And I don't know of any games, at least any major games, that do that kind of thing. I don't know if New World is dynamic. I thought New World was... Does New World use server meshing? Eve was kind of dynamic with replication layer 2. Oh, that's cool. Red Dead Redemption has replication. Dynamic is hot. So replication, when you guys are saying that these other games like even Red Dead have replication, are you saying, is that replication separated from the servers? Like, do they do that same sort of thing where the data and the servers live separately? Or is it replication in the sense that every server sees the same thing? The difference between dynamic and static server meshing is basically that servers can move and resize based on space. So instead of there being a server that covers the entirety of Crusader, there would be a server that covers Orison and a server that covers one of the city platforms on Crusader, and a server that's covering one of the space stations, a server that's covering a Polaris that just jumped in. Like, that's how they allow so many players to be on a server, whereas right now, one server is covering the entire star system of Stanton, which is why the game runs so poorly. That's why server meshing is seen as something that is supposed to change this game entirely. Destiny uses server meshing? Dual Universe uses dynamic meshing. Okay, thought that was static too. PlanetSide 2 has sort of dynamic. Red Dead seamlessly moves you over. That is impressive. That's cool.
Straight into the backpack.
So here we've got
RDR has instanced servers.
for the players to enjoy and to use to flank, and also
Server meshing is not new to the industry now. It's becoming more possible and more common, but it's not new. So you're seeing, okay, let's go back. Some of this stuff's in game. Like, these are some of the things that we saw in this demo that actually happened. You see civilians cowering. You see terrible FPS gameplay.
That's super cool.
Honestly, this stuff is all in game at this point, so this isn't like a highlight for any sort of demo. Honestly, these retrieve consignment missions have been really fun.
Do they actually want to interact with the civilians?
Shoot them.
You know, does their conscience get better of them?
Yeah, and then I think about reputation there. If you shot that NPC, would you get a ding on reputation? Who would that ding be for? Would it be with this gang you're fighting? Maybe that gang likes to see NPCs murdered. Yeah, they own the place, probably not. And I'm thinking, like, how do you show that in a demo? It's going to be interesting. On launch, you expect server meshing to run as poorly as it does now, as one server may cover Stanton and another Pyro. Yeah, that's the static instead of dynamic. If there's a loading screen, it's not server meshing the way SC is trying to implement it. Instancing and zones have been around for decades, and that is not what SC is trying to implement. Yeah, you really got to get down into the details to figure out what is and is not something. Which is why I will not say that server meshing is new or like defining a generation or something, but I will acknowledge that it is impressive and it's what it's the technology we need to kind of make this game work. So it's possible to be pumped for it without it being the best thing since sliced bread. And I think we can all agree sliced bread is not actually that great. Especially Mrs. T. She's not a big fan of sliced bread. No, she likes sliced bread. You like certain shaped sliced breads. No? Okay, that's fair. Just instance everything already? Oh my god, imagine if we waited all this time and then they instanced everything. Be awful. So yeah, as far as a demo goes for CitizenCon, a chance to play Pyro, I'm expecting a relatively small area, relatively compared to the size of Star Citizen. And I expect it to be focusing on a lot of the features we're already hearing about, things we're seeing at CitizenCon itself, things we've seen at recent sprint reports or read about on monthly reports. I don't expect it to be like a cargo mission or like a mission that you can do. You know what? No, it could be that. It could be... This could be like an instance that's put together for players to run on their own and experience everything, or this could be a public environment like they did in 2017. Those are two very distinct possibilities. So I'd be interested in seeing what they do. I do hope we get to see something narrative, AI related, that kind of stuff, reputation related. That's what really makes Pyro different. Tractor beams, new UI, cargo hauling stuff, we could see that in Stanton. So my biggest hope is that what they show us with this demo is what actually makes Pyro different, but at the same time, that might be hard to put in a demo. Either way, we will have the coverage of it, so make sure to join us. Hopefully they'll let us film. If not, I'll talk about it. But otherwise, that's what I expect. We waited all this time and they separated Pyro from server meshing. They didn't separate Pyro from meshing. It's the rumor that's going around, but I don't believe they did. I think it was a little bit of like a kind of misspeak and then they didn't clarify what was actually meant when they talked about that. But at the end of the day, man, we better get server meshing after all this. Really thought this trans system mission they had at CitizenCon 2019 was adventurous as well. Stealth into a base, get an object and bring it to Ruin Station. Yeah, simple. 90 computers. So maybe a fully playable shard. Maybe something like that. Yeah, they just set up a demo for the event. I'm talking about what that demo would be though. Now see meshing and new systems as separate problems, and the priority is delivery of Pyro. No, I know that's what they said, but I don't believe that it's actually the case. I have talked to one of the people who was building server meshing, and he said that that was a misspeak, and they are still working on delivering the two together. That being said, I think that they really should have given us some more communication on that front, and I've talked about it all year, that they should have come out and clarified that better for us. I do hope that they didn't separate them, but maybe I've got the wrong intel. Yeah, they said they don't need meshing to implement Pyro. And they mentioned that they are two separate problems, but I don't think they meant that to mean that they are two separate things they'll deliver at different times. Yeah, I don't know what happened to part 2. Maybe we'll get it at CitizenCon. You want an in-game poster for that Carrick flying in the jump point? With the text at the bottom that says Pyro 2950. Pyro 2918 or 294818. Why did they remove Levski? Load. I mean, I want to say load, but I also feel like they had Levski there just as like a planetary area, and then they've got enough planetary areas in there, and they're like, we don't need Levski anymore. There's something strange going on. They said no PTU patch day, but they didn't put it in the MOTD. I do not know. Spaz234, how you doing? Thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. You think Levski's going to be in Pyro? And out of left field, Levski with the feature coming in when nobody expected it. Levski just comes in the shining ball of hype and might. Missions, a fully redone landing zone, the nicest of frame rates. We all be Levski stands overnight. Yeah, I know that Levski's supposed to be in Nyx. That's what I'm saying. They had it in there as a planetary area, and then when they didn't need it anymore, they could remove it. So, I didn't even explain what we're doing here. Sorry, guys. We're about to hop in game. We're going to go see if we can find an A1. So, devs are flying around from the rumors have it, at least, that devs are flying around in Crusader Spirit A1s. And now that we've done our little review and had our good fun and talked about speculation, we're going to hop into the actual game and see if we can find something that's real and solid that we can touch with our virtual fake fingers. So I'm going to load in at, oh boy. Let's start with New Babbage this time. I'm feeling good about New Babbage. New Babbage. Yeah, to improve server load. Levski could be the name of a baseball player. Why people think Pyro can be connected to a starting screen? I mean, they could do it if they wanted to. CIG at any point could just say, yeah, you can spawn in Pyro. Like if for whatever reason they actually couldn't get jump points to work. Levski sounds like a character on Letterkenny. What is Letterkenny? Grab a rock and try and... Oh! Huh! Well, hello, elevator. I see you got a little... oh, okay. And we're falling. Alright. Just going downstairs. Just, I'm headed down to the lobby real quick, honey. I'll be back soon. Okay, best way to get downstairs. Yeah, the Spirit A1 is in the PTU. I added to the total deaths. Patch deaths do not count in PTU. It's a good one. That's one of my favorite kinds of deaths. Love that. Oh, it's a Canadian TV show. Okay. Where would you spawn in Pyro? I mean, like, if they just decided to throw some habs in the shanty towns outside of space stations or something? Or if they were like, hey, there are, they talk about like these beds and stuff that you can sign out at derelict outposts. All they'd have to do is be like, yeah, we've got outposts and stuff with random beds where people can start off for the frontier vibe. Not saying that's what they do, but like if CIG wanted to, they could just... Nobody's going to tell them no. If replication layer contains all data needed for transferring authority between a crashed server and a new one spun up, then why can't it do the same for transferring between systems? Why can't it do the same for transferring between systems? If a system... So, like, if you go from one system to another, why can't the replication layer transfer over all the data? Yeah, I'm on an SSD. Pyro has more than one station. Pyro has one station that acts as a landing zone, but there are plenty of derelict space stations and space stations that are... Oh, that was the wrong one. Space stations overrun by pirates and civilians as well. No, there's more than one station in Pyro. They have been very clear about that now. Oh, yeah! This is the pros outfit. Nobody's gonna stop us with this on. Ruin isn't the usual station, I'll give you that. Wake up in an NPC staring at you. Morning! Ah, you're finally awake. You came stumbling through the Pyro jump point. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Think each gang will have their own station and trading hub. There's certainly going to be more than... Like, there's going to be several places around the system to land at. Let's see. Alrighty. We got any... Oh no, this is a tiny freaking server. There's nobody here. Alright, on to the other server. If the moon was made of cheese, would I eat it? I don't really eat cheese like that. I might cut it off and throw it on some chips and make nachos out of it. But I don't just bite into cheese. Ooh, unless it's really yummy. Sometimes you get some super yummy cheese. They don't want a repeat of 318 live, so they are rolling out server meshing slowly so that it has minimal impact on stability. Sounds like. Can I change? Sorry, this is probably the most impressive outfit in the game. I kind of don't want to let it go. They have yet to add any of the stations to the Arc Star map aside from Ruin Station. Have you seen the Arc Star map of Stanton? It's like super outdated. I don't think the Arc Star map's supposed to represent the actual game right now. Biting straight into cheese is one of the best snacks. I'm more of a cheese nibbler than anything. Americans need to get into proper European cheese. Now, don't get me wrong. I live in Europe for half the year, okay? I know my cheese, all right? I just, I'm slightly lactose intolerant. And I'm more of a... I don't know. It's an occasional thing, you know? Got a nice drink, couple bubbles on a Sunday. It's really hot outside. I got a cracker in front of me. Sure, toss me a block of cheese. But I'm not gonna go to the diner and be like, hey, bartender, a slab of cheese on the rocks. Slide it on down. He just slides a hunk of cheese down the counter and I just take it and take a bite out of it. I also got off on the wrong floor. I know, embarrassing. What is that, crosshair? This is this is what happens when you wear the most impressive outfit in the game and apparently don't have a head. You get... Why don't I have a head? This is the you don't have a head crosshair. It happens when Star Citizen thinks you're a spaceship. Is there even a dev in here? All right, let's see. This one is more full than the other one. Come on, give me a dev. Give me somebody. Nope, nothing. Cool. Awesome, great. What bartender is at the diner? Bro, I got fancy diners over here. Costco has crispy cheese chips. Oh, freaking yum. See, I'm down for that. That's okay. Just not a ton. Why not lactose-free cheese? I mean, yeah, there is lactose-free cheese. Yeah, I'm not going to go through that much effort. Yeah, I do love a cheese. I'll have a cheese. You know, maybe my first cheese statement was a little bit too strong, and I realize I might need to send a revised statement, maybe a little addendum, into the National Hall of Cheese Society and let them know that I'm not actually that against it. Came off a little strong. Bad first cheese impression. I get it. File my head claim if it thinks I'm a ship. Where is my head? Where am I? Huh? Is this some kind of malfunctioning Halloween promotion where I'm supposed to have a pumpkin on my head? That'd actually be great. Oh yeah, I never delete the user and shader folders for PTU. But I just had my head. I just changed servers and now it's gone. Need to buy a head in the pledge store? Yeah, I don't think I've bought enough ships for a head. But I also think I might go back to the American server since there's nothing here, but this is also prime time on the EU server. So I think we'll stick around here for a little while and see if anybody pops up. But man, like as much as this is rumored to be A1s flying around on servers, they're just not at all. I guess I never saw a platinum ticket either, though. You kind of got to get lucky, huh? Might need a character repair. Is this going to mess me up for good? Am I actually going to need to get this fixed before I can go around and do stuff? Because I'd prefer not to. But, yeah, I know a missing head can be a serious problem in this game. Well, in any game, really. At any time in life. It's spoopy season. Look at that. It says press left mouse button to fire your ship's weapons. Press right mouse button to fire your secondary weapon group. I'm not a ship. I don't have weapons. I got med pens and a helmet that you've taken from me. Had the same bug yesterday after we were doing a consignment mission. Had to delete shaders and user folder to get your head back. Was the game broken until you got your head back? I can't get headshotted. That's fair. Let me in. On a serious note, you think we're going to get Magnus and Terra soon? What's the deal with the jump gate sizes? Has anyone explained that? Jump gate sizes are supposed to emphasize ship use. So if you want to go from Stanton to Banshee, and you could make that if you jump through 3 different jump points, right? Let's say you've got 3 jump points to get from Stanton to Banshee, but they're only medium jump point sizes. So you can take your Corsair through, but your friends in the Kraken that's taken the rest of your group in are going to have to go all the way around across 7 jump points. Instead of that trip taking 2 hours, it's taken them multiple days. So it's supposed to emphasize planning. It's supposed to emphasize using a certain ship for a certain job. It's also kind of supposed to draw importance and emphasis away from ship size. You know, people will come in and say, hey, I want the biggest ship. The biggest ships are the best ships. The biggest ships are the most expensive ships. It's pay to win. I got to get that ship so that I can do everything I want. And then they find out, you know, it's not about getting the biggest ship. It's about getting the ship that's right for your gameplay. So it's not all of that, but it is a big part of that idea. And I don't know if they're going to stick to the specific sizes that are in the game right now. Somebody mentioned that the Pyro one is a medium size. They can change things occasionally and temporarily based on the game that we're playing right now, but maybe.
From the best in shopping, dining, and entertainment.
All the cheese talks. How many people went and got cheese after all this? The ubiquity of proper cheeses you find in states beats most places you live in Europe. Really? I usually find better cheese on the other side. Oh, okay, but good importers, that's fair. It's about how you use that ship. Yeah, exactly. So Pyro with the medium jump point, that could end up getting temporarily changed so that they're not blocking a bunch of players out of the only other star system we have. But if it does get changed, there's a good possibility that it comes back once we get more systems.
Vehicle select. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
location. Logistics. Star Citizen and logistics. Name a better duo. Ooh. Star Citizen and delays. I beat you. I knew somebody was going to say it. I beat you. No cheese, but you got your sticks. Oh, that's not a line you hear every day. You walk into a room, you're getting to your desk, and from the other side of the office, you just hear somebody, yeah, you know, I don't got any cheese today, but thank God I got my sticks. Okay, Bernard. Sure. Trying to get Knight Rider to drop spoilers on Spectrum. Get them in the stream. Let's interrogate them. Star Citizen and Quantum? No, they are estranged from each other, those two. Bugs. That works. There's no capital jump points. I kinda just assumed capital would go through large, but good point. Hope nobody's sneaking onto my ship. You lived in Netherlands, England, Czech, Germany, found many places near you, but for some reason in the States you found that shops had more. So easier to get, but importing. Maybe you just got a nice store near you. The Cheese Emporium.
You are clear to launch.
Just ate 2 Swiss slices that were without purpose. You just went and found 2 slices of Swiss in the fridge? Just hanging out on their own? Engines on, please. Why not? Is the UI broken? It looks like my engines are on, but... Oh my gosh, how broken is this? I have no third person. What's going on? Huh. Okay, let's try flight ready. See, the ship's picking up. What it... What is going on? My engines keep making noises, but they're not doing anything. Get out of the chair and back in. What do I think how many systems there will be when the game is released? Or do I have a video on this topic? I don't actually have a video on that topic. Released as in like no more AUEC? Like everything's permanent? I'm thinking maybe like 6 to 10. Yeah, I'm in the PTU right now. You know, this might be my helmet biting me. I might just really need to fix my account. Dude, the ship is reacting to my thrusters. It's just not... See, my boost is even on. This is weird. Hey, Taryn, thank you for the bits. Appreciate the love, my man. How you doing today? How's your week? Don't like my cheese taste. Perhaps not. I might need to start this over. And back in the chair. I mean, no AUEC as in we switched to regular UEC. AUEC is only here for the alpha. So I guess maybe we'd have BUEC by then. Buick. Traded some Buicks. Alright, power off. Power on. Thrusters are working, but also not. Engines off. Engines on. Still working. Yeah. Nah, guys. It's broke. Let me try a different ship, maybe. They're not shooting for hundreds of systems. They're shooting for 100 max, and I think that's probably not happening since the game changed a lot since then. They were shooting for a game that was more like Starfield, where you could just kind of land at different areas on a planet and explore. But they're shooting now for something more along the lines of... God, I don't even know. Like... I don't know, GTA 5, GTA 4, but on a bunch of different planets. Kind of, but not entirely. I don't have third person while standing. It's gotta be... Okay, this must be all helmet stuff that's going on. So if another ship doesn't work, we're gonna go and hopefully just delete our user folder.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
In fact, I'm going to actually start pulling up my user folder right now.
Be sure to explore all new that it has to offer, whether it's the latest in cutting-edge technology or the beauty of
Where are we going? Really? No hangar? You're not going to tell me where I'm going? Do I have a head? I don't! I have no head. I'm the headless tomato.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Welcome to the new Babbage Interstellar Spaceport.
Playlist. Oh.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Tomato talks.
Remember, your belongings belong to you. Keep a careful watch on all.
Where did it say we were going? Oh, I didn't even get the ship, that's why.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Pull out the Raven. You guys want to see the Saber Raven?
Please visit us again.
Sure, why not? We're not doing anything. We're not proper citizens today. Why don't we peruse? You had to relog? Oh, you didn't have to do any sort of deleting of stuff?
Vehicle selected.
I enjoy not deleting things.
Delivered to the following location.
Alright, Hangar 4, but we probably won't get a whole bunch when the game releases for real. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, nobody knows what speed they can make systems at. Those are probably, I would say after server meshing, dynamic server meshing, let's say it works and we get the dynamic islands, everything's good. You can have a capital ship with 100 people on it because a server takes care of it. All that's good. I think the two questions that will remain are, how long is it going to take for us to get all of the ships? And how are you going to deliver systems quickly? I expect max 10 or 12 at launch, maybe? But I'm expecting at least 20 systems when this game reaches a mature state. Let's say, and this is going to be a little bit crazy, let's say 12 to 15 years from now. Don't crucify me, okay? Look at Eve. Look at Ultima Online, Star Wars Galaxies, RuneScape, World of Warcraft. A lot of MMOs last plenty of time. So, let's just hypothetically say 15 years from now, everything's healthy. I would be expecting them to be shooting more towards 20 systems and beyond. But that, again, that's more my expectation in the sense that that's what I would want them to be doing, not necessarily that I think it's a guarantee they'd be doing that. So yeah, this doesn't look like it's working here either. I think I'm going to have to do a reset. Oh! What? So, my thrusters don't work. I can't control. Oh. Okay, so everything is working. I just can't see it. It's not updating for me. Because my throttle, I can change my throttle power. Really weird. And I don't have any third person, so we can't look at it anyways. Astropub says they can make one system a month. Where does he get that from? 11 years for one system? Oh, come on. It's not actually 11 years for one system. I mean, they've already made Pyro in less time. $15 to 20 systems would be crazy. That'd be nuts. I don't know about you guys. I mean, I want different systems, but like, if you just had a completed experience in the Stanton system alone, I would be fine. You know, like reputation missions, a proper mission chain, like the ship gameplay that we want, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, if that was in 1 to 2 systems, I'd be good. 15 to 20 systems, that's a ton of space. That's a lot of travel. That's yeah, you could do a lot with that. Come on, please tell me I can still quantum jump. Nice. People are reporting server issues. It sounds like the website's down. I have no eyes. I'm eyeless. I'm like that dude in the video they released. Is the Pyro demo confirmed or still speculation? It is speculation. You could say it's confirmed by the existence of a Pyro area at CitizenCon, but it's not confirmed that it's actually a demo or anything. This is a bad trope in game dev that if you make a tool, it will make it 100 times faster. Maybe not 100 times faster, but we got a lot better at doing things when we figured out how to modularize them and systemize them. Anything you can do to make work more efficient, in my opinion, is a win, and they've proven multiple times now that they've been able to do that. Especially when it came to planets. Whee! But as we've been over, planets are not the only thing in a new system. Okay, so there's really not much we can do while we're waiting. Now that I'm up here, I kind of want to get a real ship so we can go at least run a mission. But I really want to get this helmet thing figured out, because I don't know how that's going to affect us. RSI site is still up? Okay. Let's see what we have access to. Boarding in progress. Ooh, consignment. Illegal monitors. Let's go. Let's land. Let me land and change up my stuff and like get an actual head. I'll just delete my user folder. Then we can, you know, play a game. Add new tool to the list of items you drink for at CitizenCon. Real talk though, how many things do you think would be new tools as opposed to just the same tools we've already heard about? Oh man, are they not going to let me call for a landing either? How rude do you have to be with people who have no head? I already have no head. Oh, there we go. And I can't tell if I'm putting my landing gear up or down. Because she's not saying anything. And the button just keeps flashing. I think the Polaris will see a price increase, but I don't know when. Solo bounties and haul cargo. Honestly, I would recommend a Cutlass for that. Or a Freelancer. I think a Taurus might be too big to deal with some of the changes that are coming online. Please, landing gear be down. Yes.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Alright, so I'm gonna reset myself to here. And we're gonna delete our user folder. Crap, if I can find it. I hate doing this. App data. Local. Star Citizen. Here we go. Star Citizen 3.21. Oh, there is no user folder. It's just shaders. What the heck? Alright. Let's quit out. Delete this. I said, delete this. Be gone with you. Okay, it's gone. And we launch back in. Oh, user's still in the normal folder. Okay, I'll do that too real quick. Wait, does that mean I'm going to lose my normal folder? Ah, whatever, who cares? Let's see. Oops. No, I'm gonna save my key binding somewhere. Oh, no. That's still a shaders folder. Shaders folder. Oh, that's weird. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong place. Local. Star Citizen. Not in app data. Oh, in regular program folders. Okay, I see what you're saying now. All right, let me go there. Star Citizen live. User. Controls. Save this. Put it here. Delete that. Verify. Ooh! The pipeline can't really handle too many capital ships at once, so it's Polaris time right now, yeah. And probably not for a little while. Just wanted to try out a new ship, Echo? Okay. Then, yeah, I would go for... What'd you ask between the C2 or the... Taurus? I'd go with the Taurus. I think you'd have a better time with an ERT in a Cuddy Black than a Taurus or a C2. But, yeah, I don't know what else you could do with a lot of storage that you would want a solo bounty with. Probably waiting for resource management to complete. Yeah. And also the fact that it's a massive ship. There's a vid on YouTube showing a dev flying an A1 in Orison next to players. I'm trying to find them. I'm trying, man. It's hard. A Squadron 42 demo would be a much bigger deal than a Pyro demo, in my opinion. If they did that at CitizenCon, holy crap. Loading into a Squadron 42 vertical slice and playing it for yourself would be significant. It'd be a substantial step forward for that game. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now nothing's here. This is good. This seems to be going well. Maybe if I just load in, it'll be all okay. You're not impressed with the Hull C? Why not? You got a few ships to melt. What bigger ships would I set my eyes on if I already had the credit? Bigger meaning what? If I had store credit and I wanted a big ship, Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a specific type of gameplay that I'm aiming for. I don't have any ship that I really want. The only ship I'm interested in flying right now that we can't, or well, the only ship that I'm truly interested in flying right now is the C1, just because it's close and it's cool and it looks like a new daily driver. After that, Expanse, Apollo, Vulcan, gameplay-driven ships would be cool, but there aren't that many that do significant gameplay. So, like, a Starfarer might be a cool choice. I've got my head back! We're good, folks. We're good. Doesn't look like they're in Star Citizen at all right now. Blasphemy. Where are they? Nope, nobody's online. What is this name, though? Jeez. Nothing. Let's run a mission in the meantime. Liberator would be a good choice, yeah. That was fast. I don't know how much cargo the Vanguard can store. But in terms of, like, getting boxes out of wrecks and taking the boxes away, you're not going to really fit much in a Vanguard, I think. Alright, we need goods. We need goods to run missions. We're going to go board an 890 jump and shoot some fools, but first... First, I'm going to set this up. I really just want to go shoot someone real quick. What are the chances of NPC crew in the next 3-ish years? Much higher than before. Ask me that again in like a year. Server meshing is going to be the deciding factor there. If server meshing can do enough to make AI run better, then I think working on NPC crew would be a much higher priority for them in the next few years. If it gives them too much of a struggle and they have to work on it over the next couple of years to make it better, then I don't think so. Hello? What the? Is this the thing? Can you even see? What are you wearing? I think I can see them blinking. Yeah, look at that. The cloth is twitching with his eye. Why though? That's pretty funny. Yo, we got a raid. Todd Bridges. Welcome in, folks. How you doing? Thank you, Todd, for bringing in more to see this weird adventure of tape eye. I don't even... Is that old film? It looks like old film. Or like one of those textured shoes. The eye twitch is hilarious. Will the Apollo still have different module configurations like they have listed on SC Tools? You mean the beds? I'm thinking yes. You should be able to switch out certain types of beds depending on what kind of business you want to run. Some people might just want to be a spawn zone. Other people might want to be just like a mass healing area. Nope. Please tell me Port Tressler has a gun and ammo, or a weapons and armor shop. Don't leave me out in the dry. Ooh. Okay, here's armor. All right. What do we want? What do we got? What can we choose? First, I'm gonna need an undersuit. The usual. You guys have watched me do this so much over the last couple of weeks. Gonna do our usual blue. Oh, thanks, ma'am. I know. Super smart buy. How about some Twilight armor? That makes things easy. And where the heck are the legs? They just missed me with the Twilight legs? That seems irresponsible. Is this an incomplete armor pack here? Twilight arms. Twilight core. There's... There they are. Nope, that's ADP. Yeah, so... they just don't exist here. That's... What? So I have to find something else to do for my legs? That's okay. We'll be a little mismatchy today. If only they had like True Def Twilight. Just wear these.
Smart buy.
And okay. And I think I got a helmet too. I think. And I was wrong. So I miss not having a head, you know? No helmet, no head, less money, easier time. I like the C8H in, I guess, black, whatever. Smart buy. Good purchase. Nice choice. Leave me alone. They're like those store clerks that just follow you around constantly. On your heel. You pick up a shoe and they're like, oh, we have that in this size and this size. And you're like, bruh, just looking. Perusing things. Alright, now I just need to find a weapon shop. Not a guarantee that they have one here, though. If anything, maybe they have weapons in the armor shop. Guns are at the same store. Okay, yeah. Figured. We'll do our usual. Let's grab an S38 to back us up. Plenty of ammo. And, ooh, either a Lumen or a P4. It doesn't look like they've got the Lumen here. just the ammo. So I will go with a P4, assuming they've got one of those. Yep, P4. And of course, plenty of ammo for that as well. Love being in the middle of a dogfight and having the game crash over and over. Hey, Star Citizen things. We love it. Let me get a backpack too. Oh my god, are there any normal sized backpacks? Oh. Not limiting NPCs is a terrible idea. The programming complexity of NPCs doing things like mining, salvaging, and even cargo would be enormous time sinks for development. Well, that's the kind of thing that we tell them. I don't tell them. I kind of like it, but yeah, they do that a lot. They take on things that are huge time sinks. Okay, last but not least, medical stuff, and then we're good to go. Oh, here we go. Don't think that CIG should force people to hang out with each other. I don't think forcing people to play together is all that reasonable, but I do think that people should probably get used to the idea of at least needing to turn things in or sell or buy things from other players. Oh, a tractor beam, good call. Dang it. We're waiting for server meshing to go to Pyro just because it makes it an easy kind of launch off place. No, I'm not ready for this. I think the C1 will probably show up by IAE. Have not found the bomber yet. Still working on it. Game is supposed to be 90% AI, not NPCs. They did make sure to emphasize that 90% might not be actually physically in the game, but more so just simulated. That being said, 90% AI doesn't necessarily mean everywhere, it just means in the game. So that could mean that you run into 400 unique NPCs in Stanton, but you still only run into 10 in Pyro, because they just naturally make population density different in different places. So if you go to a place where there's going to be a lot less NPCs, then yeah, I would expect you to have to possibly rely on players a little bit more to get the stuff done that you want to do. But that should be a choice in the game that you get to make. Hey, I want to be in a place with less NPCs, a lower population where I might be more likely to run into players versus somewhere like Terra where there's 40 NPCs everywhere I turn, or 40 AI, at least simulating that kind of stuff. Quick equipping is a double click. Yeah, if an NPC is offering the same service in an area, then that should be up to the player to use that service. Whoops, wrong place. But the whole point of Star Citizen is kind of to play together. I mean, everything that they've designed is around the idea of multiple people working together. And sometimes those could be NPCs, but I honestly don't think that they are obligated to make the experience the same. NPC should be a really basic version of whatever it is that happens on a ship. Like, you should be able to play solo, but I think this is a game that they should be gearing towards working with others. Again, not that you're always having to be on a ship with others, but you at least have to interact with them, depending on where you are. Okay, so we've got ourselves a loadout. Now I need a ship I can fly. Something that I can defend myself with. I guess this. Salvage missions. I haven't heard of the A1 showing up salvage missions.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Oh, we want one of those medical tools for sure. Did I not equip my tractor beam? Good catch. Okay, now let me see if I can actually find a mission too. Somebody might have taken that other one. Let's see if I can do this one alone. Should be an interesting experience. Hangar 3. Dewhead sticky toffee pudding? What? What's the occasion? It's one of the better things in life. Nice. I usually get this wrong. I usually cannot get into this ship for the heck of me. The heck of me? The heck of me. Sticking with it. NPC's crew will require pay, and knowing Tony Z, they'll have traits like attitude and morale. Yeah, they talked about that a bit. You disagree on that? You personally think the game is better if you can have just as much enjoyment play on your own as you would play with others. I think that's insane. I think the idea of being able to get the same mining experience from an Orion if you are by yourself as with others would completely break Star Citizen. Imagine if people were able to just fly around in an Idris and get the exact same experience as if they had 10 other people helping. That's gnarly. This isn't, I don't think this is the game for that. I think that would, I mean, that would absolutely make this game pay to win. You get a bigger ship, no problem. You get bigger guns. You can use them any way you want.
You are clear to launch.
Do I think 4.0 will bring quantum AI? Girl, I don't know. Quantum AI is like the, it's not even an elephant in the room anymore. It's the whole zoo. Squadron 42 going to consoles would be cool, but I honestly would expect it at the next generation consoles, which might be too long, so I don't know. Yeah, you should be rewarding social engagement, but you shouldn't require it. Basic gameplay, right? You should be able to get basic gameplay. Should be completely different than group, and group play should be different than or group play. It's, yeah, I mean, the difference between riding with a group of a bunch of people and going by yourself, it should be distinct, I think. Don't care what anyone outside your org does in this game. Min-max to your heart's content. I don't care in the sense that I think they're playing the game wrong, but I do care in the idea that, like, how we're ultimately pushed to play the game is going to affect how the game is made. Like, if people decided to play this game and just shoot every single person they see, then we'd probably have a different situation when it comes to, like, safe places and armistice zones and stuff. Is there a ship there? Is it just dark? Yeah, it's just dark. What is this calming music? Can I get something better on, please? Contact. All right, boys. So in this mission, you got multiple steps if you've never done it. This yacht has been taken over by pirates. They are on board the ship, but before you can board it to take them out, you got to take out their friends out here in their own ships. So it offers, you know, a little bit of different types of combat. It's cool in a party. This is one of those things that I think doing this as a group should be probably more fun than doing it solo. Because you get to actually experience... Whoa! You get to experience the actual systems instead of going linearly between each one. God, I love the C... What is that? The, what is the name of that cannon? The C8... C788 or something? Whoa. Don't fly directly at NPCs. I always forget. Come here. I hate not having lasers. Why am I not getting good, clean targeting on him? Wow, I'm getting very far away. Let me get back over to the 890. Back up. What is this? Oh, this gun is fixed, isn't it? That's why. My center gun is fixed. I'm like, why in the world am I not hitting him? I got fixed and gimbaled. I'm an idiot. Forgive me. Alright, are you the one who's moving around? Looks like it. There we go. Just gotta look right at them. Why does CIG seem so adverse to in-game rewards over RMT for things like ships, plants, and gear? Understand it's their funding model, but something like ships you can only buy in-game at least. Yeah, I think like that's definitely going to be the direction they head in. A lot more stuff that's available in-game, but as of right now, yeah, their main goal, like as much as we are playing Star Citizen as a finished game with a good, solid environment to experience, and as much as I am going to tell people, you know, try it out as a game like that. Whoa! Somebody just ram? What the heck just happened? It's still, at this point, their most important goal is making money and developing the game. So, while I'm sure they want to put things in game, they're going to opt to have people buy them until the game is in a more Basically, the game scales up enough that there are enough people joining that they don't have to do that anymore. And I'm not saying that they'll stop, but I think that's a big part of why things aren't as available in-game as we want. Specifically, the paints. Implement decay for items and bodies, so you become archaeologists. Oh boy. I do hope that happens for the derelicts. They've kind of hinted at that, but not confirmed it's exactly how it's going to work. I mean, you're going to get hit for playing solo. Like, that's why they want to build the game like this. Some people might not like it, but playing Star Citizen as a solo player is going to lock you out of certain things. It's going to lock you out of certain things or make them super difficult, you know? Imagine trying to run a mission, assaulting a ground base, and you want a tank there. In order to do that, you're going to have to get your ship, get your tank, put your ship in your tank, fly there, get your ship out of your tank, and then assault the base. But as a group, you could straight up fly past and drop the tank out the back in motion. Now, you might prefer the former mode of doing that, like the single-player version, but those multiplayer people are still going to have an experience that you simply can't do because you're alone. And I think that's kind of how the game's going to end up going. You know, you're not going to be able to be an engineer on a ship by yourself. Somebody's going to have to fly it. Otherwise, it's a pretty big failure of a game if they can't scale the content to actually be special for people who put the time in to get friends online. Give me a music. Give me a music selection. Not that you should have to find group. There we go. All right. Let's see how this goes. Do I got my... Wait, where the heck is the... Dude. Okay. It's not letting me pull out my medical tool. There we go. Nope. Okay. We got this, right? Hello, boys! They're gonna start coming to me. That's the thing that throws me off now, is that they actually move around. Can't get over this body. Come on, that was a headshot, bruh. Pretty sure there was nobody else up here. Come on. You don't have many choices now, buddy. That was anticlimactic. Downstairs we go. See, they don't like take the elevator up to get you, so you're kind of cool as long as you're up here. Oh, we got a couple in here. It's a little bit lame that they're just showing me where every single one of them are, but I appreciate the hand. Y'all are not a very good gang. I just very clearly missed those shots. Slap on one of those compensators. Do the compensators actually make a good difference in this? I usually don't use them. $11 more. NPC crew may stand on chairs in battle. It's a little disclaimer that comes at the bottom of the game. Everyone thinks their preferred playstyle should be the not just the focus of dev, but the end game advantage, like it's a game. Well, but the group play thing is like, that's from the company. That's not really a people's preferred game. Oh, it is people's preferred gameplay, but like the company themselves have been super straightforward about the idea that they want people to have to depend on other people, whether those are AI or people themselves. Y'all want a 2-for-1, don't you? Lucky I don't have the Halo sniper. I don't think these guys have fired a single shot at me. Oop! Little pop in the knee. Little poop! Little calf shot. Bow! Down him! Nice. Right in the boot. Dude, die! How many shots to the leg do you need? Wow. You got any ammo? It's a P8. Fine. Just make it a little joke. About what? Do both, but mostly solo because it's a... Oh yeah, it's terrible to try and get a group together. Yeah, I think salvage gameplay is still gonna need to be good, obviously. They made around 5 million for a single-seat fighter. Guess that speaks for itself. But again, you could be flying a single-seat fighter, but at some point you need to get repaired, refueled, and rearmed. And there will be times when there might not be other players around to do that, or other NPCs. And that's going to be a bummer for solo players. Or you could go and get a refuel, repair, rearm, but you would need another character to do that. What the heck? Where is this person? Oh, you trying to fly the ship, huh? Trying to get in the battle bridge. This is cool. The 890 jump has like a bridge down here where you can fly the ship from. And it's supposed to be like the panic room, kind of. They're gonna have to use this for a mission of some sort. MMOs have a lot of turnover. I get that. That makes sense. Especially something like Star Citizen that takes forever! Okay, I like the P8 more than the P4. Oh crap. This thing shoots a little bit better. I also really like the S38 as a pistol. Just solid, reliable. It's good stuff. Hey. No? There you go. Mission complete. Just the best anti-pirate tomato there ever has been. Or you can group up with your group at Jump Town and you show up solo with a silenced coda and milk the milkshake. Dude, if there are milkshakes involved, please come. S38 is one of like 3 good-looking guns in the game. It looks so cool. Such a simple but effective design. Just look at this thing. So pretty. I can even put a little scope on it too. For extra sight. And the ultimate horsepower. Hey, Coffee. Oh yeah, the Coda is a pretty cool gun too. I'll take a Coda pistol every once in a while, but the S38 is tried and true for me. I love it. Coda is very cool. It's my second choice, but S38 is always sitting on my #1 key. Let me in. God dang it. I hate zero-G shipboarding. Like, where is the, Oh, it's from the back. That's right. This ship's got an interior. I don't fly the Vanguard very much. Ooh, the Gallant. I'm glad somebody likes it. Gemini fan, LH86. I like the S71 a lot. C54 is always reliable to get some ammo for. I'm so happy for you guys who like the Salvo frag pistol. I really am. Bless your hearts. It's... That gun's an experience, you know, and it's just... I'm gonna leave it at that. It's an experience. There we are. AO3 is a cool sniper too. Nobody tell me what. I just did a ship. I boarded a ship and took out some pirates. It's like a solid 50k. Didn't take me very long. If you have the time and patience, you could loot all the guns for some sales as well. But the 890 should probably have some kind of cargo on board, you know? Like, something that the luxury passengers would be transporting with them that you could sell if you looted. Then again, that'd be a little weird for the cops to show up at a place where somebody just got robbed and kidnapped, and then those people, maybe even not cops, just bounty hunters, they take all the stuff that people had. That doesn't check out. YouTube needs to work on their clip URL. I know what that means. We are super good pilots. We're gonna land super calmly and not make any mistakes. No hitting anything. Oh my god, everything's perfect. Yes! Ah! Nope. We hit the wall. Ah! It's impossible. Whoever in the art department keeps connecting the mag wells to the stocks needs to be stopped. Oh. Yeah, I see people complain about that on Reddit a lot. Ooh, I forget this ship has treads. Very nice. All right, guys. My people, my folks, the good people of the garden. You're always a joy. It's always a good time, especially when we're all hyped for CitizenCon. Man, it's so much, it's so much more fun to talk about Star Citizen now than it was over the summer. Oh my gosh. That being said, I'm just about done here. Anybody got any final questions before we head off? I will be probably going live tomorrow, briefly, as just sort of a goodbye and a preparation for CitizenCon with you all, because the next day we get started. And the giveaway, yes. I'll be finishing up that giveaway from Mrs. Tomato with the pink goodies. So come around for that one. You won't have to stay too long, I promise. We'll just be doing some chatting. But yeah, that's it for today. Got to look at what's going on with the Pyro demo over at CitizenCon, which hopefully should be something interesting. Got to... I guess we made an excuse of looking for a dev with an A1, but honestly, it feels a little useless. Like, I've done this every day this week and haven't seen a single person even on a server, let alone, you know, flying an A1. So I think I'm going to give up on that and hope that we can see one in the patch at the end of the week. So thank you guys for coming. Oh, you guys are awesome. Am I going to eat a space rack at the CitizenCon with you? As long as it's not an actual rat, I'm good. Where can you watch the podcast I had 5 days ago? Either on audio platforms, if that's where you like to get podcasts, or on my second YouTube channel, Space Tomato 2, which I think if you use the command !2, TOO, that'll make it pop up. Or !podcast will make it come up too. Oh, you're from SoCal but out of town, huh? You don't have to be present to win the giveaway. New class ship I'd like to see are refinery ships. Have I filled my hopium tanks? Constant supply. It comes out of the faucet in our bathroom. My wife is going to CitizenCon. Yes, we actually do all of this together. If Space Tomato is going to be somewhere, so is she. We are planning a whole panel of content. We're going to be taking videos. We're going to be interviewing people. We'll be going live a couple of times. So yes, she will be there and probably running the place. We're going to be having a good time at Bar Citizen for sure. First meal in LA? I don't know. I don't even know, honestly. Thank you, Bob. Appreciate you. Hope to see you all at the convention. If you see us, come by, say hi. We'll be at the content creator section. We'll be in the panels. We'll be walking around. I'll probably be looking like a fool running around the line outside while we wait to get in. Give a shout if you do. Say hi. Need to do a round 2 of that Zero and A1 podcast. That was a good talk. If it comes out easily, why do we have a faucet? Have you ever overdosed on hopium, man? It hurts. It hurts. I did it. Did it back in the 3.0 days. In and out. I just had in and out. I can't have that again. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. All right. Who's on Twitch? Oh, DJ's on again. Tell you what, been a while since we hit up Cutlet. I'll send y'all over there on Twitch. Let him know a hello. Tell him a good hey. Provide him with a proper hi. And have some fun over there. He's playing some Star Citizen. Probably doing combat a little bit better than me. It looks like he's in a Hornet. So head on over, have some fun with Space Cutlet. I once again appreciate you all coming through. I hope you learned something during the show. I hope you guys had fun. And I will see you next time for our pre-CitizenCon stream. Here we go. Here we go. Hype, hype, hype. I'm pumped. You don't have to be hyped, but I'm going to be hyped. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody. Bye.